Welcome back to Hot Rod Mess. I'm Angie.
And I'm Candice.
And today we're going to be yapping about the Riding Dirty, the ultimate mom ride.
Right?
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
I gotta adjust. Turning.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have owned, so the whole purpose of this episode is that I'm really irate about all these big, giant, expensive SUVs.
Yeah.
And
I saw how much I owe on my truck the other day, and I'm like, I'm gonna just keep paying it, and I don't want to see that number.
Yeah. And then, well, wait until I tell you about when we talk about the new one.
Yeah.
What doesn't
I saw the price.
What it doesn't have though. I'm blown away that they took it away.
All right, so start from the beginning. You're upset. Mom vehicles.
Mom vehicles. So basically, I have learned over the years because I have had a Suburban. I went from Trailblazer to Tahoe, from Tahoe to Suburban, from Suburban to Suburban, from Suburban to Escalade ESV, to the Escalade ESV to the Navigator L, which is comparable to the ESV. And now I'm going back to GM. I'm not telling you what it is, though.
You can, because this will be out after you already get it.
Oh, now I'm going back to Black Betty, which is an Escalade ESV V series. So I'm going back to GM.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I go and get a new car, I go out to every single SUV, big SUV place, and I look at every single one. And I don't know why I do this to myself, because I end up back at the same resort.
Yeah. How many Suburbans did you have?
Oh, 2 Suburban to Suburban.
Yeah.
So I end up back to GM. Now, I did get pissed off with the transmission issues in the GMs, so I got so defeated, and I said, fuck it, I'm going to Ford. And I don't care what you say, a Lincoln's a Ford, a Cadillac is a Chevy. They're all GM products. A Ford is a Ford. A Lincoln is a Ford. Made in the same. Anyways. So I test out every single one of them. And when I say test out, like, I'm the crazy bitch that brings the suitcases, the stroller, the everything.
But you use your vehicle enough for these things. You need to know. Is it gonna fit? Example, my mother, her last car, she golfs like 3-4 times a week golfs. She couldn't get her golf clubs in her bag, like in her trunk, without taking out her driver. I don't know why she bought this car. She knew that before she bought the car. And got rid of the car faster than she would have because she couldn't fit her golf clubs in it. So you're doing the right thing. You have to get your things in there correctly.
Test your shit out.
Exactly.
So my problem is, how many people are not doing that? How many?
My mother, who did that, still bought the car she shouldn't have bought.
Like, the size was never going to change.
No,
whichever way you looked at it.
It's going to grow.
That's great.
But now she's got her Tiguan and she's happy. So
that's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
But my problem is that, and then there's little things that you don't even realize that's gone. Like, there's like 2 horrific things in the Navigator that I'm like, what in the fuck were you thinking? Like, I'm going to crash and die just trying to shut my heated steering wheel off.
Really?
It is not on the steering wheel.
Where is it?
In the infotainment system, 5 pages in.
How does...
So
that is not...
If you have CarPlay on, which I always have my CarPlay on.
Who doesn't if you have CarPlay?
Right. You have to hit the home button. So if you're in that car, it's hit the waffle twice, brings you back. Then you can hit the icon for the Lincoln. That brings you back to the Lincoln part of it. Then you're on the main Lincoln screen. Then you can hit your button off.
I lost you after the first button.
Right. You have to do that same thing to turn the audio on.
Fuck?
What the fuck? What the fuck?
That is not user-friendly.
Not user-friendly.
Isn't Lincoln supposed to be like a luxury?
Yes.
And like, there should be a middle button right in the middle of the fucking...
It should be right there.
My button's right there.
Right. GM leaves it on the steering wheel.
Yeah.
Now, Navigator. So I'm going to go through, actually, I'm just going to go through a couple vehicles. I know you may have some questions for me.
You do your thing, man.
But
you're probably going to usually hit on my questions.
I'm going to hit with my most disappointing vehicle I've ever test driven. And it's the Rivian R1S. That
ugly.
Is. But my son, as you know, loves electric vehicles.
I'm very well aware.
Loves them. And I said to him when I started the process, now it always takes me 2 years to figure out what kind of car I want to get into, or like a year, because I'm like, oh, I don't want to. I don't like that. I
Yeah.
need it to be this color. Then we have to, once we're done with me settling on my colors, which I don't know why I even think about it because it's
It's got to be black.
black.
Why do you think it's so hard?
Right. I don't know why I think that hard. But then my husband always be like, why don't we find a bizarre color? So then we have to go through our little domestic about
Well, the Suburban was a
colors.
weird color.
It was beautiful.
It was really cool.
It was sable metallic and it was, oh my God, it was purpley, it was brown, it was blackish.
However you looked at it, it was a different color.
Always a different color. It was like a little chameleon. It was awesome. But I had an awesome interior. I like brown interiors. Very hard to find. If not, I just resort to black.
Yeah.
Because it's easier. So now I go with Jake. I'm like, you know what? Okay, fine. Book it, whatever. I will go. I will test drive one.
Give it a shot.
Give it a shot.
Have all the information.
Right. I could just be being an asshole.
They're really ugly.
They really are. So he goes, Mom, you don't understand. They're great, blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
Now, mind you, he does all his research. He didn't even realize this one little thing. Okay? And if you're ever I'm so sorry for any and all people that sell cars, or if you do sell a Rivian, I'm really sorry, but I am that asshole that will point out every little flaw. So we get in it, we drive, we take it for a test drive, whatever. Drives beautiful.
Is it 3-row?
Third row. Yeah, it has 3 rows. It has really uncomfortable, hard fucking seats. So I'm coming out of a Navigator.
With your massage and your blah, blah, blah.
So I'm like, and now this car's baseline price, not baseline, fully loaded. This is their Mac Daddy. You can't buy any better. First of all, it only comes with cloth seats. You can't even upgrade to leather.
They just...
Yeah. For $110,000. Okay?
Okay.
I can't have leather. And they're like, well, the seats are very rough material. It's gonna go. It goes with like the Land Rover type feel, and I'm like, but a Land Rover has leather. A Range Rover has leather. All of the Rovers have leather. Okay.
My daughter's pretend Land Rover has leather.
Right. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna shut up because my son's giving me that look, and he's like, "Are you serious right now? Like, just what? Shh,
go for it. Keep going."
So now we're sitting in the parking lot, and he's showing me all the options, what it does, and I'm like, "Where's the sunroof?" He goes, "It's right here." I'm like, "That's not a sunroof. What? How? Okay. How do you open it? It doesn't open."
Why? What is the point?
I said, "So it's a panoramic roof. That's it."
Yeah, that's not a sunroof.
It's not a sunroof. I guess you're right. Dude, were you in the fucking tutorial fucking video? Like, were you in the classroom when they talked about this car? That is a panoramic fucking roof.
That's so...
Where were you, bro?
Is this salesman?
Yes. So he goes,
what?
Yes. He goes, oh. Huh.
Nice to know.
Well,
pamphlet.
All the bigger SUVs come like this when they're full glass. And I looked at him and I said, no, they don't. No, they don't. What do you mean? Yeah, they do. I'm like, honey, that car over there, my Navigator, which is comparable pricing, actually $20,000 cheaper, brand new. 98, I'm sorry, it's $15,000 cheaper. Whoop-de-doo.
Round up to 20.
I said, and it has a panoramic full roof. It has a sunroof, so it opens, fully opens. So I don't understand what you're talking about. Then I go in the back. Shows me, I'm like, where's the foot thing? What? Where's the foot thing? How do I open it? Well, you gotta pull the thing and open it. Like,
you have to press the button.
I'm like, whoa, buddy, whoa.
In my 2017 Yukon XL has the foot thing. So it's the foot thing.
I said, who's buying this? It was a great family car. I'm like, not for me. I'm a mom.
That's not a family.
You
need the foot thing.
I'm like, okay, you know what? Okay. So now I look at Jacob, and Jake looks at me and goes, can you just look at the rest of the car? Oh, okay. I'm looking. Oh, right. He puts the third row down.
Did he have to hold the button?
I can't remember, to be honest, if he pressed a button
Or held the button.
or there was even a button. I think there is a button, but maybe not a button. I actually don't think there was a button. I think he just released it.
Are you kidding me?
It gets better. It gets better. And you'll appreciate this one because you have a kid in a car seat.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when I first started out in my SUV era,
Mm-hmm.
I stepped into the SUV era like most women or people. Sorry, my bad. Vinny needs to be fed. Apparently, it doesn't shut off on Do Not Disturb. My bad, people.
It's an alarm.
Yeah,
So it doesn't
it's an
shut off.
alarm. When I started out, the whole purpose behind stepping out of the Tahoe into the Suburban
Mm-hmm.
was because we needed that 60-40 split bench seat. We had 3 kids in car seats, and we needed a third row for extra people that come with us.
Yep.
Friends or whatever.
Grandma's
always with us. Mostly grandma and auntie, because she always came everywhere. But we always needed that space.
Yeah.
But I could always get into the third row.
Mm-hmm.
So, you have to put the third row down.
Okay. Without a button.
From the back of the car, which is fine.
It's fine.
You have to do that in the Navigator.
Yep. I have to hold my button. It's not just a press, but I have a button.
I'll be going back to the hold my button. I don't know why. They still haven't come up with it. It's 2025, people.
Lincoln figured it out.
Lincoln's got it down pat.
Ford has it.
If Ford's got it, pull it together, GM. Whatever. I'll bitch about that later. You have to. So now I said to him, how do I get the seat up? This dude walks around, opens the door, pulls the second row seat, like folds it up and out of the way, climbs into the back, and pushes it up. What the
walked away. I was like, have a nice day.
What the fucking monkey fucking shit was that?
Do you think any person is doing that?
But they are, though, because they're buying it.
That's insane to me. I put my third row up and down like 2 to 3 times a day.
I can't even imagine.
That's insane.
Insane.
I'm not getting in my fucking truck to lift my third row up.
By the way, are you moving your car seat base?
Also that.
Let's talk about that.
I would have to move. No.
I'm literally sitting there. I look at the guy and I go. He goes, what? It's great. And I'm like, bro, I can't. I said, Jake, I'm sorry. I can't do this anymore. I'm trying really hard. And he goes, here it goes. And he goes, well, I said, stop. I said, first of all, a the basic that you can possibly buy fucking third row vehicle in the GM world that is comparable to this vehicle has a strap that you can at least pull if it's not automatic.
Not even a strap. There's
Nothing.
That's insane.
Nothing. I said, so you mean to tell me it's raining out? I'm in a parking garage. I'm not a parking garage. I'm in a parking lot. I have my kids with me. I have my hands full. I said, because I hate to say it, moms that are buying this are usually moms if you're buying a $110,000, $115,000 car, usually you're a stay-at-home mom or you're a working mom and you're the one always stuck with the kids. Or your husband's buying this car for you.
You don't have kids. You're driving that car because you have kids, too many kids, driving kids around.
Yes.
Or maybe even too many animals.
Yeah.
But other living things you have to take care of. A single person is not driving that.
Correct. Now,
you're not a single person
fast
vehicle.
forward. A few weeks later, I'm in the fucking car line. Now, everybody knows how I feel about the fucking car line, okay? Everybody knows this car line etiquette. I did a whole fucking TikTok on it.
It's very real.
It's very real. And
I remember in middle school, St. Margaret's, it was big serious.
It infuriates me when someone's holding up the line.
Yeah. It's not time to talk.
No. And I tell my children, if you're that child, I will beat you. I will embarrass you so bad, I will ruin it for you. I'll ruin your life. Get in your fucking car. I don't care. I don't care if your seatbelt isn't on yet.
We're going.
We're fucking moving.
Yeah.
Because in our school, they line them up in lines. So it's So they give you a thumbs up, and the first kid can go, the first row can go, and then they walk to the next line, and they give a thumbs up, and the next one can go. So you're probably like 5 or 6 cars back, usually. And when you're the 6th car back, you know that you're going to be the first one in line coming up next for your kid. But when you're the 3rd or 4th and you're ready to go, no. No. No, no, no. So this mom owns a Rivian. And I watched 6 kids come out. A kid got in the front seat. 3 kids got in the middle. And then they got out.
Because the other kids had to get in?
Because they had to get in. Now here's the trick. The seats were down. They had to move all their stuff out and dump them on the ground. Luckily, it wasn't raining out.
Yeah.
What if it was snowing out? What if it was raining out? What if you were in a fucking rush?
Yeah.
What if you had to get the kid like to the ER, whatever your situation?
Yeah.
And just like you and millions and billions of moms in the world, we're in a rush.
I'm always in a rush.
I don't give a shit.
Literally always in a rush.
How well you plan it, you're in a rush. You wake up rushing. Just how it goes. So now you're holding up the car line.
Pissing everybody off.
Pissing everybody off.
The crazy bitch in the tow truck is hitting her horn.
Oh. Well, now in the tow truck, I get to park over on the other side, because they don't want me in the line because I take up too many car spots. So then I hold up the line in the road. So like, just park right here and we'll get you right through. I'm like, okay, thanks. Like, I might just drive a tow truck just for pickup.
Like, man, you guys are doing an awful lot in the tow truck.
Awful lot. Yeah, I'm working so much.
So hard.
I'm not kidding. Like, I literally, nope. Then the range. Okay, so here's the other thing about that car is range. He puts it on a map and he tells me. And I said, well, we go to places in like Maine, which is like off the beaten path, blah, blah, blah. What is my range? He goes, oh, look. Pulls it up on a map. There's this beautiful map. It tells you where all your spots are and where you can charge and all that. I said, okay, cool. Now put in the address of my buddy's house just to see.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, because there's one right here and your range is right here. So you'd be good. You'd be great. Okay. How much range do I get? He said, well, you're at like 300, 275, 360-ish, like in between there.
I'm sorry, 275 to 360?
Yeah.
That is a very, very big
big range.
Yeah, no.
Big range. So I said, okay.
So you tell me I have 250.
Yeah, basically. So I said, okay, fine, great. Now I'm running low or whatever, and I need to charge up before I get to his place because say there's nothing near him. So he's like, well, you have your battery pack with you, so you can plug it in when you get to his house, and you just leave your car there, and it takes about 12 hours or so. It's a slow charge when you plug it into the house like that. So for 12 hours, I can't use my vehicle? What happens in the middle of the night if something happens and I need to get out in my car? So he's like, well, these are all scenarios that, most likely wouldn't happen.
But what if it did?
I said, well, what if it does? Well, you just go to your nearest. I'm like, but you just put it up on the map and there's nothing there. So what am I doing then? Oh, I didn't think about that. He said, well, if you stopped here, you would have plenty of time. So when you came back out, it would be like fueling up again. You'd have enough fuel to get in and get back out, but that's it.
But what if you want to do stuff when you're there?
No, you just hook it up on the charger of the house. You have to plug it out. But what if they don't have power? Because you have snowstorms.
Yeah.
And you're
in the middle of Maine. You're going up there when it is snowing.
Right. There's times when there's not even friggin' fuel coming in. Whatever. So I said to him, I said, okay. I said,
the charging thing stresses me out.
Yeah. I said, now plug in the actual address and do from that last location to his house. It was like 310 miles. I'm like,
that's no.
Well, now I just ran out of all my range and I can't come back.
Yeah.
I can't make it back. And he's like, well, and I'm like, okay.
Oh, no.
So for 3 days, I'm stuck there charging my car.
Basically.
Like, it was stupid. And I know I'm not 100% positive on like the numbers, but when we had the conversation, it was really like, yeah, you just have to plug it in when you got there. But now, what if I wanted to go out? What if, whatever. I can't use my fucking car. I'm borrowing my buddy's car
Yeah.
while my car's charging. That does not sound appealing to me.
No. Why
Then,
are you going to get a car that's that much that you can't just use it?
right. Now, here's the other thing. Hot and cold seats. I have AC seats.
Best invention ever.
Ever.
I will never not have air-conditioned
Right.
seats again.
I said, where are the AC seats? Well, you don't need them.
I don't need them.
The car naturally keeps itself cool.
Oh, I don't need them.
I said, but I like the air blowing up on my coochie.
I am hot.
I like it.
Yeah.
So, where's the AC seats?
Can I
They
add
don't have them. Can't have them.
What?
It's too much
Of course.
draw and electronic to put into a car, so they have to make room for other stuff. So, I mean, the logic is there.
It makes sense why they don't.
Right.
But
And the fact that they built it into the car, keeping the car always warm or always cool, whatever, because that's the beauty of, I guess, of an electric car, is it always maintains your comfort heat.
That's cool.
Which is cool.
That's pretty cool.
But when you have the sun baking
Mm-hmm.
on that god-awful panoramic roof that, by the way, doesn't have a sunshade. No, doesn't have a shade.
Oh.
Doesn't have a shade.
If my sunroof isn't open, my thing is shut.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
you have to be able to shut it. That's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. But don't worry. I can pump up my air on my vehicle. So I have my own onboard air compressor.
Wow.
Woo!
That is, wow.
Yeah. That was a big selling feature for him. And I giggled. I went, okay.
You pumping up a lot of bike tires?
Yeah.
Basketballs?
So if I get a flat or my air's low, well, yeah, when you go off-roading, I'm like, because that's what I do. I off-road all the time in my
off-roading in a $100,000 vehicle. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my plan.
Which, the whole thing about that car is it's the Land Rover electric, like they kind of mimicked all that, which is great for off-roading, and I understand all that, but the average person who's buying that vehicle is buying it because they have a big family, or they have kids in car seats, and they have this and they have that, and they're throwing soccer bags in this bag and going to the grocery store and going here and going there. That's why they're buying it.
Yeah. I need to be able to put those seats down, toss all the shit in, take the shit out, put the seats back up, and tell the kids get it.
Shit your ass puts in you.
Are you kidding me? I mean, literally, though, I go buy like 500 pounds, easily buy 10 bags of chicken food at a time.
Girl, you need an international big fucking dump truck.
That's why I am obsessed with the Excursion. I want the 250. I need the 250 engine for all my shit. My husband goes, "You're ridiculous. You don't need a 250. I'm like, I need it.
Need it. I'm gonna see Candice with a 1-ton with a deuce and a half rolling through. Candice, where are you going? Just to the grocery store.
There's a lot of birds to feed.
Hold on.
Come on, Ray, let's go.
Sorry, Jess, there's no room for you. You have to stay home. But we got a deuce and a half.
Yes. Oh my God.
Poor Douglas would have to go and be like, how the fuck am I going to unload that? Now you have a reason to buy a machine, Douglas.
There you go. He wants a dingo so bad.
I know.
I want to get him one so bad. I'm like, I can't justify it right now, but it's coming. We're going to do it. I would.
So
it would make our life so much easier.
Oh, 100%.
So much stuff we need to do. I could dig up my chicken coop with it.
Do you know how ghetto we are? We are like redneck.
Duh.
2 weeks ago, and by the way, I remember saying to my husband, why do we need a backhoe? You know what you can do with a backhoe? Apparently you can clear your entire lot with a backhoe.
Yeah.
And you can crush pools with it. And fences. And we put our fence poles in for our little temporary fence that we built over the weekend. He goes, oh man, we gotta dig that out. I'm like, or we could use the backhoe. And he was like, now you're thinking.
Yes.
I'm holding the pole and he's got the bucket and I'm like, go. And I'm like, it's better not flip off or fucking like crush my skull. That's how we put all 3 poles in.
That's awesome. Hey man, use what you got, right?
I don't have to dig shit.
That's awesome. We rednecked it up this weekend too. Douglas moved the base of the old shed. He strapped it to the top of my trailer. I have a little like 4x6 trailer. Strapped it to the top of my trailer and then drove it on the lawnmower into the backyard. And then we pushed it over.
It's right.
It was great.
Fucking right.
So I'm watching. I'm like, oh my god, you're gonna crush a dog or a chicken.
We leave tow trucks here.
There you go. There you go.
I mean, we moved the snowmobile. We hooked him to the bucket of the machine and strapped it in. Just move it around.
Well, they use a backhoe at the dump to crush all the stuff. Like, I mean, why not?
Why not? It works. It's so ghetto, redneck.
I love it. I love it.
Really, why don't you pick it up?
I have a fun fact about where the term redneck came from.
Oh, where?
Learned that this weekend. Listen to another podcast, my literal favorite podcast I listen to. They
Other than Hot Rod Mesh, she means.
Other than Hot Rod Mesh. I listen to us enough. They were talking about coal miners and coal miners unions, like in, forever ago, they would wear red bandanas in support of making a union, and that's where the term redneck came from.
No
so they say, yeah, so that's like one of the lores of where redneck came from, is coal miners unions. Yeah.
No shit.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool.
And
then it just turned into like a southern, referring to southern people. Okay. Yeah.
It's interesting.
It is.
It is very interesting.
I like my useless nonsense that I love.
It's okay. It's okay. I love useless nonsense.
Right? All right, so let's see. We talked about all the crap that they didn't have. What's something in my truck that I won't? Well, definitely my heated seats. I will never not, and AC seats. I will never not own a vehicle with those.
No.
Absolutely not. My heated steering wheel. I made fun of Douglas. He bought aftermarket steering wheel to put in his truck, and he hasn't put it in because ADHD. And so, and then we got my truck and it had it, and I was like, I'll never use that. And he's like, just try it. I tried it one morning. Oh yeah.
You will always.
Oh yeah.
Use it.
It can be like just barely a little bit cold. I'm like, I'm gonna turn it on. My hands might get cold.
My car is programmed to automatically be on when I get in the car. So when my husband gets in and it's on my settings, he's like, there's a fucking hot flash in here. And I'm like, because your heated seats on. He's like, it's 70 out. I'm like, yeah.
It doesn't matter.
And the steering wheel's on. And he's like, how do I shut it all off? And he can't get into the controls. Mm-hmm. Because he hasn't figured it out. It's too electronically smart, which actually...
Well, I stopped listening halfway through your spiel about how you get to your shutting your steering wheel off.
Here's the thing. We're fucked with the new Escalade.
Why?
Jake is frustrated.
Uh-oh. That's bad. Right? That's really bad.
I'm on the phone with him, and he goes, motherfucking guy. Oh my God, I'm on the wrong fucking screen. Who put 4 screens in this? And I'm like, Jake? Yeah, what? I'm like, we're fucked. He goes, oh, you and Padre are fucked. Padre's fucked. You're fucked. He's fucked. I'm like, I don't think I like your tone. He goes,
so it's out there. He got it in Arizona, and then it's big.
Yeah. So she came in. So we got our notice that it was being shipped at some point. Mm-hmm. But the day we left Arizona.
Oh, of course.
Because of course.
Of course.
And they said your projection is between May 9th and May 30th. So we're making arrangements for trailering it.
1 day. How is that big? How do you say that to somebody? Oh, between this day and this day.
Yeah, well, that's what it is when you order a new car. That's
insane.
They put them. They're waiting for trucks to come in.
Yeah, that's true.
And they have to be certain trucks and certain blah blah blah. Yeah, well, May 5th we got told that it's in transit to us. May 6th it arrived at the dealership. I'm convinced it was just sitting next door. Yeah, someone forgot to hit a button. I'm convinced.
That's pretty funny.
And he was leaving May 9th.
Yep.
And so we had to arrange for everything. And then, it was just a bunch of chaos. And then finally, I was like, well, okay, you can drive it back because it made more sense. But then if you take delivery of a vehicle in Arizona, you have to pay the sales tax in Arizona. Yeah, I didn't know that. So
is it more than Mass?
It's less, not by much, but now.
But then you still have to pay when you get it here.
I have to pay the difference.
Well, that's good. At least
actually, wait, no, I lied. Their sales tax is less, but then you have to do a city tax. They get double tax, so they have their state tax, and then they have a city tax. So it works out to be like 8 something percent
Mm-hmm.
in tax. Mass is 6.25. That's it. So is Mass going to give me money back? No. I just got fucking ass rammed by taxes.
That's so
Like,
funny.
William was like, oh, it's not bad. It's only 5.1. And they're like, oh, by the way, you have a city tax. What the fuck is that?
Yeah. What is this?
It's 2. I'm like, well, that puts us over 8. Yay!
Wow, I thought we lived in the tax state.
Yeah, they get double taxed.
That sucks.
So granted, their tax is less, but
But
it's actually more. And I
Yeah.
also learned that Arizona does not allow you to leave their state. They do not recognize out of state plates that are on a transfer. So
oh yeah, I've heard some states do that.
yeah, so you have to get a temporary tag no matter what. The
Mhm.
dealership has to send in all the paperwork to them for a temporary tag, and then they mail you all of your information from the registry, which is bizarre because I could go out there in one day, fly out there, get all my paperwork from them in one day, and fly back, like title and everything, and leave.
Hmm.
But I can't do that. I have to wait for them to mail it. But I'm like, well, I only have 7 days in Massachusetts to register the car. And they're
Yeah.
like, well, you can ride on your temporaries for 90. I'm like,
Yeah.
you already paid for it technically. And I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
But now I got to figure out how to get the plate bad V.
Oh, that's a good
Yeah,
one.
bad V. That's what it, but I need the space. So I'm going to put a dot.
Oh,
Hopefully they'll give me the dot.
I forgot you could do a dot.
Hmm.
I don't know. Are they going to be weird at you? Like I couldn't have my Q, so Douglas could do Q and Goth Queen. Bullshit.
Bullshit.
Bullshit. I was at the registry last week and I was going to ask him, like, what's the deal with the Q thing? But the lady was so nice and got me in and out of there. And, like, I literally was in there less than 10 minutes. Had a plate out the door.
They can't, I do know the answer to the Q. The way that, because obviously all of our inmates are the ones who make our plates,
Mm.
and they don't actually have a stamp to make a Q properly enough to come out on the plate and have
Really?
enough room so it doesn't look like an O.
Really?
So over time, the Q actually, if they tried it, it would, first of all, you're not allowed to block in Massachusetts any of the words Massachusetts.
Oh, I know. I almost didn't get my vehicle inspection because I had a glittery plate around my shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However,
do all the dark outs. You have to take those off.
oh yeah, I gotta take my bubble off.
So stupid.
Stupid, which is
I got
kind of
pulled
funny.
over for that shit. And I'm like, officer, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Obviously, I fucking know, bro.
Right. But you know what's really funny is the other day, I haven't had an inspection sticker since January on my Navigator. More so because I'm anti-inspection sticker because I think it's a fucking joke.
I think it is too.
I think it's a joke.
It's the stupidest shit
It's
ever.
stupid.
You can fix things on your vehicle to go it. It's
Why?
not stupid.
I get it. Like they're like, oh, because of safety. And I'm like, right. But I see people driving around with red R's, which means you're not allowed to drive your fucking car, still driving.
Yeah, you have 30 days when you get the red R. People are driving well past. Somebody that I know, I'm not going to say who because it'll be very easy to figure out who they are, and I'm not going to get this person in trouble. They haven't gotten an inspection sticker for 3 years.
Yeah.
Never been pulled over.
It's just a scam.
It's so stupid.
It's a fucking scam.
Want my $35, Massachusetts? Take my fucking $35. Yeah. I don't want to go sit somewhere for 2 fucking hours.
Now, here's the thing. My 28 Roadster is technically supposed to have an inspection sticker for safety only. Why?
Why?
Who gives a flying fuck?
Yeah.
It's a 28 Roadster.
That thing is not safe. You are well aware of that.
Nothing safe about it.
Nope, it doesn't have windows.
No, it doesn't have a neck support. If I got rear-ended, it's got nothing.
Nothing.
The gas tank sits right behind me. If I got rear-ended, I'm probably gonna
blow up.
I'm gonna be dead.
Yeah. I mean, at least you'll die driving something you love. So there's that.
I love my little Roadster.
She's so cute.
She's so cute. Even though your husband saved my Roadster today from some weirdo who was molesting her.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah, customer, a Smart Start customer, is literally opening the doors, in it, like head all in it, touching everything. He goes, "Hey, the fuck out of the car!" Well, I'm thinking I'm gonna buy it, but it's not for sale. That it belongs to somebody. Well, and he started giving him shit, and he goes, "No, out." Well, out. It's not your fucking car. Get out of the car.
Oh my God. I can't believe anybody even like halfway cross said something at my husband. Dude has fucking balls.
Well, then your husband had to come in and tell me, hey, you might get a complaint from that guy, and this is why. I'm like, what?
Why is he touching my car?
What the fuck brain cells do you have?
Well, I mean,
Obviously none.
smart start customer.
And this particular one is so fucking arrogant and pompous and thinks his shit's ice cream. And
Oh, we have talked about the arrogance. We do not do arrogance.
I don't do arrogance.
No.
So I'm waiting. I was waiting for like him to say something when he came in the shop because I was literally gonna let him have it and be like, "Cause you're ignorant, you're arrogant, like have some fucking car etiquette because it's like you don't do that."
Ridiculous.
Yes.
Ridiculous. I don't understand. Okay, so I had my husband's green truck is Ford, the 250. I miss that truck so much. I love her. The diesel.
I don't like this car. Small the diesel.
I'm Douglas. I didn't hit anything. It was Matthew. Not me. Brother-in-law. Anyways, I had it parked at my job, and there was like landscapers around. One of them leaned a rake against my husband's truck.
Why do you think that's okay?
Now, the truck was not anything nice. It had dings and dents and rust. And I mean, it's a Ford. Of course it has fucking... But it's not your truck. And I see it. And I look. And I tell my boss, I'm like, hey, that guy has his rake on my truck. Now, I'm going to go out there and tell him to move it. But if he steps to me, can you just keep an eye on this? And he's like, yeah. He's like, do you want me to say something? I was like, no, I got this. I go out. I start walking towards it. And the guy's looking at me. And I'm looking at him. And I'm looking at the rake. And he's like... Oh, and he grabs it, and I go, what are you doing? Oh, I thought it was... No, it's my truck. Don't fucking
what you thought.
I don't care what you thought. And he was like, I'm sorry. I'm like, that's not an I'm sorry. You don't lean your shit on my truck. So fucking rude. I thought about the other day. I haven't thought about it in forever, and I was like, what the fuck is wrong with that guy?
What's wrong with people?
Don't lean on people's cars.
Don't lean on people's cars. Don't go in people's cars. Just because I don't have windows doesn't mean it's an invitation for you to open my door
like, I don't understand.
And get in my vehicle.
Yeah.
It's not your car.
Was it, like, parked out front?
Yeah, I always park it on the corner, like, under where, like, the sign is.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's little and she's cute. She's just...
Yeah.
And she's out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's so little, sometimes people don't see her. So I just...
Just put her away. I just tuck her in.
Tuck her in. She's fine. Nobody gets hurt.
So fucking crazy. I can't believe people.
Crazy.
Well, glad my husband is like, no.
No, he was like, I can't believe that.
Oh, well, he wasn't ready to fight somebody today, so
yeah.
I was probably like, this is the chance. This is my chance.
He was gonna throw down.
That's good. I'm glad he was ready to protect her. All right, let me see. Okay, a couple questions. When you're picking a mom car, I feel like some women get into cars that are bigger than they're comfortable driving. You know, like I'm glad, like with my mother, she stressed for years about not getting an SUV. I don't want to drive something that big, blah, blah, blah. No, she has it. She's comfortable in it. But I know, like, friends of mine have gotten, like, a bigger vehicle, and they're like, why did I get this? Like, I'm so uncomfortable in this. So that I think is something that people definitely need to take into mind. Whether you need the third seat or third row or not, get a van. Like,
I always joke about it because I'm a little judgy. I'll give it to you. But
you judgy?
Yeah.
What?
So I can sit in a parking lot and I look around and I watch all these moms doing these 3-point.
Oh my God, it's embarrassing.
Turns, and I'm like, so your husband just said yes, you could get that vehicle, or you just went out and got it, or he just went out and got it for you
and didn't take into consideration that you're not comfortable in it.
You're not a big SUV mom.
No, no, you're a big SUV mom or you're not. Like,
you either are or you aren't. And that's how it works.
I want even like. Men I see driving that, I'm like, you can't drive that. No. If you can't park that, I can park that big bitch anywhere. I can parallel park better in my Yukon than anything.
Do you know what's funny? I can't park the Navigator as easily as I could park the Escalade. Mm-hmm. Same length, same everything, but the Navigator's perception is much different. So when I pull into a parking spot, I feel like I'm like right up to the line where I'm supposed to be. And half the time, I'm like a foot away.
Really?
Still to this day, I've had that.
You've had that thing for years.
Yeah. For now, I've had it for a long time now. Huh. Probably my husband's shocked that I've had it for so long. I love that thing. I love my Navi. And it's still the perception in some parking spots
That's interesting.
are they fuck me up. Now I had a rental Suburban,
Mm-hmm.
pulled it right in, no problem.
Yeah, no
Pulled it
problem.
right in, no problem.
That's so funny.
Really weird.
That's
Really weird.
really, really weird.
Yeah.
I drove a Ford Explorer when I was in Ohio, and the turn radius on that thing turned on a fucking dime. Like, my truck turns tight, but this thing, I like barely turned the wheel, and I was going all the way around. I was like, wow, good for
Yeah.
you, Ford.
Yeah.
I was driving that thing, and I had to drive 5 family members. No, 4 family members, my child and my mother. And my mother's not my family member. And my aunt's in the back, and she's like, man, you can really drive. And I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, well, it's impressive. You can drive something this big. I'm like, bitch, I drive this every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Every
She's
day.
like, how? And I'm like,
It's
because
just easy.
it's just easy.
It's just easy.
I don't
Simple.
get it. No, but you're right. Like, I definitely see people, and I'm like, you shouldn't be driving something that big.
No.
You can't handle it.
There's like some people, like my sister, for example, she would never drive a big car like
No,
mine.
but she
She'd be
knows
like,
she doesn't
nope.
want it. No.
She would. She'd be like, nope.
Yeah, same with my mother. Every time she's had to drive my father's truck, she's like, I don't want to drive that. I'm like, do you want me to come get you? Like, I'll just come get you.
But my sister does. She has an SUV.
Yeah.
But it's a midsize.
It's midsize. It's perfect.
And she's like, I'm good. I don't need a big ass car like that.
Just got one,
It's
kid.
too much.
Yeah.
So, but the funny part is, so my choosing your mom car,
Mm-hmm.
there are things that are positive and negatives.
Yep.
You have to go check the damn thing out.
Oh, absolutely.
You want to go put stuff in it. You want to like strap that car seat in, put all
Make sure
that
it's
stuff
easy.
in. Yeah, because once you buy
My
it,
car seat hooks are right on the outside. Don't even have to look for them.
so somebody in our family who nannies
Mm-hmm.
said the worst vehicles ever are my Navigator, for example, for anchors,
Mm-hmm.
and they're horrible. You can't find them.
Really?
You have to like literally dig down. Like I actually had to recline the seat
Mm-hmm.
and put it in. Like
That's
when I was
crazy.
putting Avi's in there, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
when she was younger, right in. It was horrible. But then the GM and her Jeep is the same way. She said her Jeep was horrible.
Oh yeah, that's
when she
because
tried
it's not
to
a
put it-
mom car.
Right. And then the GM though, they're all right there. You can
Mine's
physically
right
even
there.
see them. It's like clump, bump, bump, bump.
My CRV, a typical mom car, that one was a pain in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
Pain in the ass in my CRV. I loved my CRV though. She was great. That was as a mid-sized vehicle because I had that and then I had the Terrain. I hated the Terrain.
I didn't like the train.
Hated the Terrain. I hate that Terrain. Well, I mostly was mad because my CRV was paid off. I wasn't going to get another truck until I got my one that I have now because I knew I needed a third row. We were going to have another kid.
Yeah.
I wasn't planning on getting that car, and then I was forced to get it.
It's even worse.
So then it was like I was pissed off about it the whole time I had it.
It's even worse when you're forced into something.
The one I was like, oh, it's a Denali, and I'm like, it didn't even do anything for me because it was a fucking Denali. Like it didn't matter. My SLT is way better than that piece of shit Denali.
100%. And did I ever tell you the story about why we stepped up into the Tahoe?
Yeah, because you couldn't fit your shit in it.
We couldn't fit the car seat in.
Yeah.
My husband had to pull the car seat out,
Mm-hmm.
buckle the kid, and push it back in.
That's ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
But you got to think about this. Things you don't think about when you're buying a car.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other, like, if GM could adopt some of the things that Ford has, the GM would be perfect.
Yeah.
Now, I'm very nervous because how I'm going to fit in little Black Betty who's coming because they eliminated the movable foot pedals.
Why?
They eliminated it.
What's that?
Now it's...
You said 12 feet away. How are you going to do
it? I don't know how I'm going to do it.
Literally, though.
I literally don't know. I'm like...
That's insane. You're going to have to accept. Your teeth will be fine. They're going to be okay.
I'm touching them now.
Instantly, you're like, no, my teeth. Wear a fucking mouth guard.
You guys are going to get in my car and drooling? Sure, I'm talking the car. It's cool. You're going to be like... What's wrong? I just don't want the stuff to hit me and make my name sharp.
What you need to do? I mean,
what's with the paper towel? It's to wipe my drool. how it's gonna happen. We had the coat conversation the other day. I said William and I were going out to dinner, and I'm like, "Oh, babe, I gotta take my coat off before we leave." And he goes, "Why are you taking your coat off? It's really not that warm out." I'm like,
What if we get in an accident?
What if we crash?
This is my
I'm never gonna get this coat again. They can't. They're gonna cut my coat first. And he goes, "There is something seriously wrong with you." I'm like, "You don't think about that?
They don't think about those
These
things.
are things you have to think about."
Well, both of our husbands, their closet mainly consists of black items with yellow writing on it.
Oh, it's horrible.
That's 90%.
My husband has an entire section in our closet.
I've seen it. Yeah.
However, I'm very proud of him, and I'm
They're
gonna give him
up and look very nice.
yes, but I am gonna give him a shout out, and so proud of him. He purged his closet.
Wow.
I know.
That's amazing. Douglas did it last year. It's amazing.
But did your husband do this? Well, I mean that's a good like working in the yard shirt or like I mean I could use that if I'm working on No.
Some stuff,
Go.
sort of, but mostly no, because Douglas does not have the emotions. He didn't get the emotions that your husband has. Now he's meh. Throw it away.
Yeah, no.
No, he even me like if I get a tiny hole in something, I'm like, I'm fine, I'll keep it. He's like, just throw it away. Because I have like 15 pairs of the same. I'm not kidding. I have 15
So he could
pairs
be
of
my
sneakers.
kid too.
Yeah. There's a lot of confusion. We were talking about how if you know a demon's name, you can control it last night, and he was like, "So how come you can't control me?" I'm like, "Because your father didn't name you. You don't know who your dad is." And he was like, "Oh God, you're right. We don't know.
You don't know who you are. You have no identity.
Oh my
It's
poor
so
husband.
funny. It's so funny. It's so funny.
But it's too real. It's too fucking real.
It is. And it's crazy because like the things that running boards.
Yep.
Simple as a running board. A friend of mine.
Did they move in the new one?
Oh yeah.
Oh good. I wish I had that.
So
Yeah. It's
here's the thing. First Suburban didn't have them.
Mm-hmm.
Second Suburban, we ordered it with it. Now,
Mhm.
mind you, the second Suburban was the one that was a trade assist, so we had to build it again, blah, 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 because transmission issue.
Big surprise.
Big surprise. I'm praying to God this one doesn't have any issues.
It's brand new.
I'm
That's
praying.
fingers crossed.
We'll figure it out. But,
You'll be fine.
so then, the second one, we ordered it with the steps, and the thing that I didn't realize, I was so against them because I'm like, they're gonna get stuck down. And I was just being a whiny bitch about it. And because I'm one of those people, if it's gonna break, if it's gonna be in my way, I don't fucking want it.
I agree.
I don't have time for that.
I don't need extra bullshit.
I don't need extra bullshit. Because why? I am a mom and I am on the go.
I have things to do.
Right. I'm in a rush even when I'm not in a rush. I'm in a rush. I'm thinking about the things that I'm not rushing about.
Mm-hmm. That I should have been rushing about.
Yes.
Mhm.
That's what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, well, you have plenty of time. No, I don't.
No.
I do not. So my
And you're always late, even though you're rushing.
I don't understand it. And like even when you leave on time, you're late. And I don't understand it. Because I literally like I leave on time places and I'm like, what the fuck happened?
Wormhole.
What happened? What the fuck happened?
Literally.
But
anyways, so shit that's gonna break, get in your way. No time for it. Didn't want them.
But the thing is with the running boards, which I didn't interesting fun fact, if you actually just run it with an undercarriage wash through the car wash, it gets all that crap out because we live in shit ass New England with all the salt and all the crap. When it gets all gutty, grucky, you just and they start working again.
Oh,
or
that's good.
the navigators freeze all the time
Oh.
during the winter. So I have to take penetrating oil, open the door, let it go down, close it. Open the door, let it go down, close it. Open the door, and you're just gonna keep doing it until it works the penetrating oil into it, and then it's good. And it works fine.
Yep.
But the new running boards, the set side running boards, and not the automatic ones that go down, there's no room for your foot. I didn't even realize that until my friend, her car went into the shop, and her rental was a Suburban. She said, I can't wait to get out of this piece of shit. And I was like, dude, it's a really nice car. What are you talking about? She goes, no, this thing sucks. She goes, I can't even fit my foot on the running board. She's like, there's like no, the minute you even start to step on the running board, she says, my foot is hitting the car. She goes, and I'm not, she goes, I don't have a big, like, obnoxious foot. She says, it's horrible. They don't, like, come out enough.
That's weird.
Then I had one for my rental in Arizona,
Mhm.
and I stepped in the room and I'm like, no shit.
It's smaller.
There's not enough landing pad. It's enough for you to get into the vehicle, but you can't stand on it.
I stand on mine all the time. That's crazy.
Right. So if you're standing on it to put like shit over on, like, some people use it to put like things on their roof or whatever.
I use it to buckle my child.
Right. It's not there.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And my running board comes down and it's 6 or 8 inches wide.
Yeah. Yeah, mine's probably 6. Mine don't move, but they're like the 6 inches. Yeah, they're a good size. Gunk gets in the corner, bothers me, but
Yeah.
you know, whatever.
But on my original Suburban,
Mhm.
I never had a problem stepping on the running board.
Hmm.
My second one, obviously there were downs, and the Escalade had downs, but I never even realized it until I got into the new one out in Arizona and was like, no shit.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
The things that they take away or change that they just like
Yeah.
so
Makes no
unnecessary.
sense.
It makes no sense.
None whatsoever. And then you have the Wagoneer that just came back a few years ago.
They're kind of cute.
That car was the biggest fucking disappointment I have ever been in.
Really? I'm surprised about that.
That car is $150,000. Okay.
Why are you paying that much money for a car?
That one is comparable to the Sport Platinum Escalade. That's what they all compete with. That the Wagoneer does, the Mac Daddy Wagoneer. I had not a Mac Daddy Wagoneer for a rental, but I had like the middle of the road, whatever.
Yeah,
it definitely was middle of the road. It was twitchy. It wasn't stable. The electronics in it were very complex to even use. It was not user friendly. It was basically like a F-350 feeling of driving.
That's not what you want in that kind of vehicle.
No, and it's supposed to be their luxury, whatever. And people are like, I love them. You drive your ass into an Escalade, and then you drive anything else.
Yeah, you don't want it.
You don't want it.
No.
They suck.
Yeah.
And I think it's because the Escalade, even I think the Jeep does come, the Mac Daddy one, I think it comes with air ride. But I don't know. Like, that's the one thing.
Mine has air ride. I love it. My truck is always stable. Like, I have almost no bump in my truck. It is beautiful.
So they're traveling with Black Betty back, and I said, hey, how's the rides? So for the first, because it was a break-in period, so for the first 500 miles, the girl had to follow behind him in Christina, the little 03 Camry, and he was driving that, and he said, he goes, Mama, I'm on the phone. And I'm like, what the fuck is that noise? Is something coming apart in my car? She goes, no, it's the shitty ass road we're driving down. He goes, I didn't hear anything. You know what's even better? My kids will never be able to slam a door. It has automatic open and close doors.
That's amazing.
There is no slamming of the doors.
That's so cool.
So if your door, you know how like oh, fuck, the kid didn't shut the door all the way and you got to hop out?
Yep.
Nope, the car automatically closes.
That's amazing. I need that with the 85-year-old who slams the door when the 2-year-old is taking a nap in the back, and I tell him, don't shut the fucking door, and then he slams the door.
You can't do it.
That's amazing.
You can't do it.
That's so cool.
I tried when we test drove like a Sport Platinum.
Yeah.
And I tried. I was like, and it was like nothing.
That is like the coolest mom car feature ever.
Yes.
But that's the only thing that I'm like with the van. I was parked at the hardware store. Douglas went in and Ray and I were sitting in the car. I watched mom get out with her kids. The kid ran around the car, opened the door to the van. The van opened. She hopped in. She pressed the button. I was like, oh, that's the only thing that I will never drive a van. I am not a fan.
My obituary will never see a death by minivan.
Yeah, no. But something about that door, I'm like, man. Although Jace did shut his hand in a van door.
He would. I love him.
It's like 2.5. It was my client's van. He was just sticking around, pressing buttons, jumping in and out. And so he does that. Now, my client, she had a stroke and couldn't talk. She's in the car. She gets out. This woman shouldn't be walking with it. She hobbles into the house to come and get me and her husband. And it's like, help, help. And I'm like, what's wrong? She, baby is like one of the only words she can say.
Oh.
Jason's just like, ow, ow.
I'm stuck. Ow. I'm stuck here. Anybody want to get me?
Oh my God, it was so funny. Maybe he was like 3.5, almost 4, because he remembers it, and he was like, "Yeah, remember that time I shut my hand in the car door?"
It's awesome. My eldest, for his first car when he was younger, he used to always say he wanted a minivan because of all the buttons and the way the doors open.
That's so cute.
And then I said, "So you want that minivan? Because I mean, we could get you a fully loaded one for like $1,000." And
That'd be so funny.
he looked at me, he was like, "No,
You guys should have. I mean,
should.
literally, you
It
should
should
have.
have. It
Like,
should
and then you know what? Just for the funniness of it,
would
like,
have
you
been
could have found a
hilarious.
van.
It would have been hilarious. It would have been great.
Hilarious. And I put a
Hilarious.
big fucking bow on it. Like,
Great, great.
you should
Maybe
just do it
maybe I'll
now.
still get him one
Good, like
graduation present.
yeah, like his 25th birthday, be like, "We got you this car.
This beautiful
It's your
car.
dream car."
We'll even lower it for him.
Put some fucking rims on it.
We'll get him the hubcaps that spin.
Do fucking Pit My Ride, get DMX, like, or not DMX, Exhibit. Do the whole fucking thing. Fucking fish tank on the dash.
Do you know what would be awesome though? You know what's really funny about that? Is he'd probably be like, "Sweet, we have a fucking off-road
Yeah,
vehicle."
exactly. He'd be taking the fucking off jumps.
Wow. That's what he'd be doing. This is what we're doing today. It's what he'd be doing. But
Oh my God.
I would have to say though, as far as all these cars go,
Yeah.
I would have to say check your shit because
Yeah. Which one's your favorite? Is it the Escalade? Do you think it's the Escalade? Because I mean, you're going back to the Escalade.
no,
Your Navi.
it's the Navi.
Then why aren't you getting another Navigator?
Because there's no room in it.
Oh.
So the Navigator, here's the trick. The Navigator has things I didn't actually do with the Navigator. I got so excited about that car
Mm-hmm.
and I was so disappointed with GM.
So you didn't check your shit?
I didn't check my shit. I bought that car in November.
Yep.
We went away in December.
Mm-hmm.
I went to go put all the stuff in the car because I'm like, wait a minute. Like, I'm just looking at it. I'm like, I don't think any of this will fit.
How could it be that much smaller?
So
They're the same fucking size.
So it's the L version. They're the same length.
Uh-huh.
We put them side by side at the dealership.
Yeah.
They're the same length. They're actually the same interior cubic feet. However, the way that the Navigator is designed inside, it has reclining third row and they're full size third row seats. But you also have like a 6-foot, 7-foot person can sit in the third row and have more than enough room in front of them.
So that's a full seat, so you
It's
lose it in the
seat.
trunk.
So even when your third row is down,
you still are losing that foot room.
You're losing it. And in order, so I always compare to like things. I compare things to like a piece of plywood or whatever, or shopping bags. So the third row, because every mom understands when I say you can fit 2 rows of Trader Joe's bags in the back with the third row up. And they're like, oh, well, that's not a lot of room. They all know what that means.
Yeah, it's not a lot of room.
It's not a lot of room. But when I had the Escalade, I could fit 4 rows of Trader Joe's bag.
Fit 4, yeah.
With the third row up. Never have a problem. When I put the seat third row down, I fit 8-foot sheets of fucking plywood in there. And never had a problem. Can't do that with the Navigator.
I put a new shed in the back of my truck.
You can't do it with the Navigator.
No.
Can't do it. You run out of room. And then I was even dumber. I bought that I got the center console in the second row. It's horrible.
Really?
Great. They can change the channel and they can watch TV and all that stuff from here and control everything. But you're losing an entire walkway.
Yeah.
Where you can put shit when you go grocery shopping.
Yeah, I use that in between a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I use that in between space a lot.
BJ's hack of, by the way, BJ's is a wholesale club, just like Costco and things like that, for those of you that don't know. You can fit...
I wish we had a Costco.
It's not blowjobs. If you went there, my husband would never leave if it was nothing but blowjobs. You could fit an entire package of paper towels in between that seat.
Yeah.
Now you can't.
Now you can't because you lost it.
And it sucks. Now you're traveling with 2 dogs, 3 kids. You want to stop off at BJ's or whatever and get your shit. You got to plan fuck, I got backpacks back there. I've got this back there. Okay,
Yeah.
everybody put your stuff on top of whatever, and you're actually reorganizing the whole car.
And that's not what you want to be doing as a mom who's hurried and busy, and you need
Right.
to have the room.
The thing that is beautiful about the Navigator versus the Escalade is the third row goes up and down by push of a button, and they split it. So you have third row L means just the left side, and then there's an R, and then there's one button in the middle, and that's both of them at the same time. You don't have to hold it, you just press it and walk away.
That's cool.
You can still load and get kids in and whatever while you're doing it. The shitty part is it does not come with air ride. It's on a leaf spring suspension or spring suspension. So when you're hitting bumps, you're actually feeling the whole twitch. It's very it's not twitchy, but it's very wishy-washy. When you're coming off an off ramp, the Escalade or even the Suburban, you would just roll around the corner, no problem.
Yeah.
In this car, you actually feel top heavy.
Really?
Yeah, your center of gravity is higher.
Interesting.
It's very...
Because I never feel like I'm going to roll in my... Like,
never.
I whip around a corner and I feel like I'm going anywhere. I'm on the ground.
It took me a while to get used to it. And at first, I thought there was something wrong with the car.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, you don't have air ride anymore. I'm like, wait,
So
what?
weird.
So if I could build the ideal mom car, I would take all the options of the Escalade. I would take all the options of the Navigator. I would merge them into one and leave air ride in there.
So just give yourself a $200,000 vehicle.
Yeah. It'd be great.
There you go.
It'd be great.
I love my truck. Like, I am so obsessed with my truck. It is the perfect truck. Like, for just, like, everyday person, you know, I think originally it was, like, $37,000. I think I paid $32,000 for it.
It's awesome.
You know, I had almost no miles on it.
It's
like,
awesome.
In beautiful shape. And had all of the extras. Like, it had the sunroof. Like, they paid for the sunroof. They paid for the leather. That's like, whoever, you know, so they didn't pay the Denali price tag. But they added those extra little things. The only thing I don't have that the Denali has is the running boards. Is the moving running boards.
Yeah, but if you really wanted them, you could add.
I could go get them, but I don't give that much of a shit about it. I'm glad that I have the running boards. But like, my XL is the best vehicle I've ever had. Like, I'm gonna drive that thing until it has 200,000 miles on it.
It's amazing.
Like, it's amazing. It drives great. I can hit bumps and not even feel them. Like, and she whips so good.
Well, I'm just so excited to be able to like hit up a shitload of stores in one day.
Yeah.
And one stop.
And not have it to be a whole thing where you're stacking shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I can drop my third row and, like, load it. But even at that, like, I can have my third row up and I can still get 2 bags of chicken food and go to the grocery store.
You can get a lot of shit in there.
50-pound bags, like, 2 of them, you know?
You can fit 5 suitcases, 5 big suitcases fully across the back of the Escalade. Then you could fit everybody's carry-ons. Then their personals on top. Nobody ever had anything on them.
Yeah.
Ever. So for traveling purposes, it was amazing.
Yeah. That's going to be the game change.
When we just went to Maine, thank God the child brought the F-250 and he was driving that because we stuffed stuff in the back of the F-250, like the cooler, the this, the that, because we couldn't
wouldn't have had room in there.
We couldn't fit it.
No.
The dog bed, we had to put the dog bed in. The dog was up here, but if you saw any of my photos, I think I did a TikTok of it.
You did, yeah.
The dogs are like, there's no room.
There's no room.
And it was just me, William, and the 2 dogs.
Yeah, it's not even like you had everybody in there. Imagine if you had the other 2 kids with you.
You wouldn't have fit. My poor husband has to do a jigsaw puzzle every single time.
Yeah.
It's like playing Tetris.
Yeah. And then nobody touch it.
And don't touch it. Don't open the hatch.
Every time I'm going to get click and collect when I leave and I open my window, I don't open my hatch when I get it because all the shit's going to fall out. They'll put it up against the door and I'm like, push it back a foot. There's room. Please. Right. No, I lost 3 gallons of milk by just opening my door after getting click and collect because the milk always falls out.
I lose watermelons.
I've done that.
Mine's watermelon.
Yep. I've dropped a couple watermelons in my front yard.
Yeah. In Arizona, it was the teriyaki, and Ella was very disappointed. It ruined her entire meal.
Yeah, her whole trip too, I'm sure.
Yeah, not really.
Any other mom vehicle things you have to say?
Just do your research.
Do your research.
You got to do your research, and if
any car,
but if any dealership looks at you and says, "Why do you need to bring that in here?" You just look at them and go, "'Cause I'm a mom." And don't be afraid to say, "No."
Yeah.
That's not for me.
Yeah. You don't let a pushy salesman talk you into something you don't want.
Don't. And if you know you're right about something, 9 times out of 10, you're probably right about something.
Mhm.
You're the one who's going to use this vehicle every day.
Not them.
You're the one that has to be in it. My husband even said to me later, he said, when I had to call for a car service to come pick us up because we didn't have enough room to get to the airport
Oh my gosh.
just before we were traveling with dogs. And my husband said to me, so we're going to be looking for a new car soon. And I said, if GM pulls their shit together, maybe, but no, probably not, because I can't deal with GM. And now I'm back to GM.
Yeah.
Which
It's
I'm
the
really
way to go.
excited about.
I mean,
it really is.
I love my GM.
I think I'm already in love with her.
Yeah.
I mean,
I can't wait.
I popped the hatch of a Sport Platinum and I was like, oh, look at all that room. We just had sex. I mean, that's what it was.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yep. Well, I'm excited. We'll have to post a picture of her when she gets here with this episode.
Oh, you
So
guys.
that you can talk about her.
Yeah. You guys are all going to know because there is a whole TikTok coming out with her. And don't worry, Candice, you're going to be involved.
All right. Of course I am.
It's going to be Black Betty. Bam, down.
I love it. I love it. It's a great name for her.
It really is. I don't even have another name because she's not going. Normally, it's the Pink Nightmare,
Yeah.
but I'm not putting any pink on her. She's gonna be
all black.
She's gonna be all black.
Hey,
blue.
You watch yourself.
She's gonna be all black and blue.
Yeah.
Only because I can't find. I'm putting seat covers on it because of the dog. Because we're gonna keep this one.
Mm.
And I know it's horrible, but I am trying. I'm in the market for another one, but a used one.
Yeah.
Like a $20,000-$30,000 one. Because this one we're gonna keep.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, fucking seat covers.
Use the seat covers, man. I put seat covers on my truck the day I got it. I was like, I don't care that I have leather. Seat covers.
But I want it to scream like it's a bitch's car because
Yeah.
I'm putting pink in the inner wheel wells that light it up.
Oh, cute.
Hot pink.
Nice.
So it's going to look really adorable.
That's cute.
But the seat covers, I've only found one company that makes them custom fitted in hot pink.
Mm-hmm.
There's a pink that is not okay. And it's Easter egg fucking pink.
Yeah.
Pepto-Bismol pink. It's not okay. It's not cute.
No. It needs to be Barbie pink. It can't be Pepto pink.
Hot motherfucking pink.
Yeah.
So I found one company that makes them and that's it. And it's black and pink. And I'm
cute.
like,
you should do it.
But then I saw blue and I was like, ugh.
Oh, that's much more you.
Yes. But everybody's going to think it's my man's car, so whatever it is.
Whatever.
It is.
Doesn't matter.
Whatever. Don't care.
They think your tow truck's a man's car, even with your pink duck on it.
I know.
So there you go.
True story.
So should we turn this way and say goodbye to the people?
We should say goodbye to the people.
All right. Well, I'm Candice, and this. No, wait. This has been Hot Rod Mess, and I'm Candice. This has been Hot Rod Mess, and I'm Candice. Motherfucker. This has been Hot Rod Mess. I'm Candice.
And I'm Angie.
Thank you for joining us this week. Mom Riding Dirty, the search for the best mom car. I think, maybe we've helped you a little bit. Who knows? But definitely do your research. Like Angie said, that's most important. If you need anything from us, hotrodmess.com is the way to find us. Hotrodmess@gmail.com is the way to email us. And we definitely want to get into having more listener questions. So send them on and we'll do some episodes, some more cheeky chats. And
yeah.
That's all I have to say. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Have a good day, everyone.
Peace out.
Bye.